Hi. So I didn't have a title planned out or a cohesive structure planned out for this video, but I just felt I had to do this for the sake of myself and to get some things off my chest. I don't even know where to start. If I had to say something, I guess it would be that for a while I've struggled with this invisible pull that's been hurting me. Not in a literal way, but in a more internal way. For over more than 2 years, I have been struggling with doubts and questions of insecurity, about uncertainty. And recently I was diagnosed with mild symptoms of a major depressive disorder. And I do feel depressed. More so than other times, I guess. At moments I feel I can control myself. When there's these things that I want to grasp and be able to, if I could just take action. At times I just feel useless, as if I'm not doing what I'm meant to be doing, or that I'm not doing enough to help myself. And at times I tend to get distracted. Sometimes most of the time I'd say I worry about what others might think of me, because, to be frank, I'm tired of masking myself and pretending to be somebody that I'm not, because I know who I am and what I am. And truth is, someone like me on the autism spectrum, it's frustrating, really. It's confusing when you experience loneliness, when you don't know why people begin to walk out of your life, when you don't have the social abilities or the confidence or the trust to push yourself further up, to exceed, to be more open, to not fear embracing your true self, because something I wasn't able to understand during my childhood and early teen years is, why was it so easy for others to fit in, to feel welcome, to feel as if they belonged? And overall in high school, that's what I sought after the most. I wasn't worried about my grades or my academic prowess. I was more worried about how can I increase my popularity, how can I appear more confident, how can I get people, for better or worse, conventionally likable, attractive people to like me. That's the only thing I worried about. And since I was 16, I started indulging in heavy drinking. Why? Because it helped me. It helped me erase the person I hated, the person I loathed at times, and it boosted my confidence. It gave me the ability to open up, to be more engaging, to not act through a filter, I guess. One thing I regret the most was hurting people. I did not intend on hurting, but due to my pompousness and arrogance, I did. I will say this just right out the bat. I wouldn't call myself a good person. I've never been a good person. I'm dishonest, I'm arrogant, I'm inappropriate at times, which when I look at myself and I think of the things I say, most of the time I end up regretting them. I have scared people, I had made people uncomfortable, and that's something, when looking back, I find repulsed at the idea that how can a person like that exist? I don't want to be that person again. I've done it way too much times. And if I could give one piece of advice to somebody in my situation, if you ever feel stuck like me when, for example, in romantic, if you're ever trying to find yourself alone, lonely, and just want to feel accepted, when you're trying to seek out people, find your way, or just find somebody to be with, especially in romantic pursuits. One thing about relationships, the desire to be with someone, to have a partner, is that you can't force anything. That's what has taken me so long to learn. You just have to trust the process. Bear in mind this: having a significant other, or being in a sentimental relationship with someone, anyone, man, women, is not gonna fix your problems. That's something you have to work on yourself. And until you fix that, you've worked on your person, you can't expect to be loved by somebody else when you can't conceive the fact of you loving yourself. You have to, I know this can sound like very basic advice that you've heard 1,000 times before, but you've heard it because it's true. It's the truth. Because it's true. It's true. As part of anything in life, it doesn't work from one day to the other. It's a process. It can take weeks, months, years. It entirely depends on you and how far you want to go. But you first have to start working on yourself. If you find yourself in a tough situation or a tough place in time, if you ever find yourself in a tough time or tough situation, look for something, or I don't know, use what you have, use your skill set, or if you don't have a skill set, develop a skill, anything that can even out your odds, whether it be something you think you may be good at, something that you want to learn from, some discipline you want to teach yourself in. It could be playing a sport, learning an instrument, doing exercise, getting a job, continuing your education. Those little things can make the broadest differences. You'd be surprised how much it has helped me and still continues to do. I still have a journey ahead of myself, and I wanted to share this project, this small message to whoever might see it, just to shine a bit of hope on a biased perspective of that a majority have on people with disabilities on a spectrum, because it's not this defined idea that most neurotypical people have. It's a broader range of, how can I say it? It's a broader range of a spectrum. It's a multifaceted, complex and diverse structural composition of each people's brains, because just like any other person and any other subconscious, each and every head, it's a world in on itself. And I don't intend on getting too philosophical or deep or to diverge myself from my initial point. But it's not my intention either on lamenting myself, because to be honest, I have a lot of really good things that most of the time I'm not appreciative or noticeable of, but they're there. And it doesn't matter if, for example, if you feel as if you don't depend on too many people, or you feel that things aren't working out your way, or you feel left out, just bear in mind that there's people who care about you, and not being in a place where you would like to be right now is not going to be the end of the world, because it's a process, everything, as I said. It's a set of steps, rules. The universe sets rules for you which you have to follow. And maybe, who knows, it's not your time right now. But when you least expect it, it will be. Just keep on taking those small medium or big steps, and you'll notice something better will come off it. Well, thanks for watching, and I don't know if I'm going to continue on making more of this content, but I'm glad you stayed to the end, if you did. Thank you, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.